we can start with like a hey, like how are you doing?
Hey.
How are you feeling today?
Me or them?
Us, we could say it to each other.
Oh, okay.
I can start it.
Should we just do that?
Yeah.
Should we? Hey guys. Hey. Welcome into another episode of Too Much Intimacy. It's episode 19.
We're back, baby.
We're back. I'm Jester. She's Phoebe. We're your favorite pillow talk couple. How you doing, Phoebes?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I feel great.
That's good. Why do you feel great?
Because I think I sucked out of all the happiness out of our collective bubble.
I think
And it's all gone to me.
it has.
I'm just kidding.
I'm
I hope
depressed.
that hasn't happened. I hope that's not the case.
No, I think you're like the happiest I've ever seen you.
Really?
It feels like that. I mean, I've seen you a lot of times, but like, so it was Phoebe's birthday a couple of days ago, and we threw a big old raging America party.
36, baby.
And you just got everything you wanted out of that.
I got it all.
I was reviewing
I got it all and more.
You got it all and more. I was reviewing the video I took of the cake moment. And like the cake comes out and you just like get excited. You do this little spin, you know, like you're fully in the moment of happiness. It was really, really nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad you captured that video. Because it was like, I don't want to say it was a different me, but it was kind of like a different me in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jessie made a comment, which I haven't asked her about because I haven't seen her in person since the B-Day.
Mm-hmm.
But she said something like about, because I was wearing a wig on my birthday. I was wearing like a blue bob.
The wig that you wore in the first couple episodes of this podcast.
Well, the episodes didn't work, so nobody has seen the wig on the podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought episodes 1 and 2.
No.
Oh, well,
No
you'll
way.
never know.
Never say never.
Oh, that's behind the paywalled content.
Anyway, Jessie said something about how like she was like, oh, this wig brings out, like, she's like, have you noticed this wig brings out like a new side of you? Do you think that was true?
Yeah, I think that's true.
That's so interesting. Because I didn't feel like, I wasn't so aware of the hair.
I don't know if it like brings out a new side of you or if it just amplifies the like youthful exuberance. You know, if it just like zhuzhes up the, you know, the excitement, magic fairy dust that you kind of always have carrying around, but then like you put that on and you're like, all right, I'm in costume now.
It's on. I've got to own it now.
And you were like, you almost didn't go the whole way. You almost didn't put the wig on.
Costume wise.
You almost didn't go the whole way costume wise.
Yeah, I got a little bit. I got a little bit nervous.
You got, you got a little bit of stage fright before.
I got a little shy. It's like, it's kind of scary to like put on a whole outfit, you know, that like draws a lot of attention to you and makes you look like a completely different person.
Yeah. What's scary about it?
That's a good question.
Is it the attention?
I think that, you know what it is?
Hmm.
I think I have like a fear of like looking like someone else or like trying to be someone that I'm not or something like that.
Okay.
I don't even know because it really doesn't make sense logically to me, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if one of my friends wanted to like wear a wig and like took or completely change their hair look, like dye it a different color, get bangs and chop it off, I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm not ready for that, you know?
Yeah.
But I guess I have this idea in my head. I actually like kind of apologized.
You apologize?
I didn't apologize, but like some of the girls were like saying how they really loved the look on me. They're like, I love this wig on you. And I was like, oh, I'm so glad you like it. I was like worried, like, or I said something like, I'm glad that it didn't upset you. And
why would it upset
I
anyone?
don't know, but that's what I said. And I was like,
gosh.
oh, that I did notice that it was a strange thing to come out of my mouth.
That's a weird one.
And I'm like, yeah.
You had some weird stuff coming out of your mouth in preparation for that party. Do you remember when you were trying on the wig and then you felt guilty that not everyone would have a wig, so that you were like, I should just bring out a bunch of wigs so that everyone can have a wig?
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
I don't remember exactly how you said it, but I remember you had a brief moment where you were just like, I should give everybody wigs. It's like, no, stop.
That does sound a little much.
Yeah. We gave everybody star sunglasses, though. Anybody who wanted them.
That was really fun. That was a fun part of the party.
The sunglasses were solid.
I enjoyed that. People were excited to like pick out what color they wanted because all the colors were different. I got like, instead of getting all one color, I got like a whole rainbow spectrum. So it was like black, purple, red, pink, orange,
Yellow. Like it was everywhere.
It was all of the colors.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
You got some cool pictures through the sunglasses yesterday down by the river.
Long Schlong Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long Schlong Park.
Yeah, I feel like... So, last weekend was my birthday. The weekend before was space camp.
Mm-hmm.
Which was like...
We've been living it the fuck up.
There are like two really big events, I feel.
Massive.
For me, like, just mentally, spiritually, emotionally.
Physically.
all the categories.
Because space camp was that was a trip, man.
That I wasn't really like thinking about it too much before, but I knew that I was a little nervous.
Oh yeah.
Were you nervous before?
Probably in a different way. I think I was nervous for you, because I was like, oh, well, I know I was also nervous for us, because I was like, I really want to be like outdoorsy camping guy, and this is like kind of the first time we've done it together. Not the first time, but it's the first time we've like done it with our own tent, like
with our own gear.
With our own gear.
Yeah.
And the gear is like, so we used my mom's tent that like was passed down the generations, probably like a 20-year-old tent. And you were so skeptical. You're like, should we get a new tent? And I'm like, no, the family's tent will, we got to try the family's tent. And of course we got in late. We pulled into the campsite after dark, so we had to set up the tent in the dark.
Which I didn't really, when you were like saying that that's not a good idea, I didn't really understand why that wasn't a good idea.
Because it's dark and you can't see things.
Even with flashlights, though?
Flashlights, you can see things, but you can't see like it's daylight.
That's true.
And then you're also rushing because you're like tired, or you want to be hanging out with your friends and everything like that. You're getting a little contact high from whatever they're doing. And then you forget to secure the rain cap, and then the fucking next night comes around and a massive thunderstorm comes, and it makes me look like a fucking idiot. So it was a trip.
It all worked out, though.
It did. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad that you've committed to doing it again.
I would do it again. I had a great time.
I do think it'll be easier. I don't think we'll get 3 massive thunderstorms. I mean, you can never guarantee anything. But
I think, like, to be honest, I wasn't even that... Like, I understand why the rain was, like, throwing, like, a wrench in our plans, right? Because, like, on the Molly day, we were supposed to go on this, like, nice hike all together. And, like, then the rain really started coming down, and we're all supposed to be, like, dressed in our cute outfits. But, like, I feel like of all the weather that we had, for me, the most difficult part was that we took some Molly, and we were drinking a lot of water, and I had to pee a lot. And once we, like, were in our tent, I didn't want to go out into the rain to pee multiple times in the night.
Yeah.
In the dark.
Yeah.
So I think that, for me personally, I'm not as worried about the, like, logistics of like the gear and the setup. But I would say next time I would probably figure out a like, how can I pee in the tent? Like
Oh, you're gonna be a bottle peer.
like a bottle, just like as a backup. Like it's
Oh,
not my
wow.
ideal, but like if the rain is thundering down in the middle of the night and I've got to pee like a mother, I don't want to pee my pants in the tent. Put it in a bottle.
Oh, wow. See, I before this trip, you were like, I'll never be a bottle peer
What are you
in the
talking
camp.
about?
You were. You're like,
When did
Sean
I?
and Cass are gonna try to convince me to pee in a bottle. I'm never gonna do that.
I don't. What?
You
What?
definitely said it.
What?
You definitely said it.
You
And
are.
now you're a 180 complete. You can't even remember your past self.
You know what, babe? I could fight you hard on this, but but I don't want to do that. So
That's good.
I'm gonna say that. I don't know. I cannot imagine having said that.
I mean, you didn't say it exactly like that, but you were like, I'm not gonna be a pee in the bottle person.
Well, it probably depends what type of bottle it is.
I don't think we had gotten into the specifics of the type of bottle. I mean, you obviously got to have a wider mouth if you're gonna pee in it.
That's ideal.
Ideal, you know. What are you doing, Bubs?
He's so happy. He can't help
He loves podcast time.
He's so happy.
He loves it when we podcast because he gets extra pats.
Yeah.
We just hang out.
Okay. What else? Any other things that I might have forgotten that I said, incriminating things you want to
No.
lay out on the live on the pod?
Well, I do want to like just take a slight issue with you having said I'm not so worried about the, gear and everything like that. You're so worried about the gear.
Is that true?
Yeah, babe. You were like, well, should we buy a new tent? We got to get all these things. And then when it got a little bit damp, you were the one that was very upset about it.
Well, I would say I'm not worried about it, but I would say that like we should probably have a new tent, and if we're going camping and it says that thunderstorms are coming, we don't bring the 20-year-old tent.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just like, this is the way that we're going to do it next time.
Oh, yeah. We're going to do it. We're going to do it better. We'll
And
put
I'm
the
not-
rain cap fully on. Well, we learned from our mistakes. I hadn't gone camping like that in years, and you hadn't maybe ever gone camping like that. So, not since you were a child. I did it a lot when I was a kid, but like not as an adult. So it was a big weekend for us.
Yeah.
And like you said, this is, I guess, kind of incriminating. You said that it was more intense than any Iboga trip or anything you've had.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like specifically the camping part, although I guess if you look at the whole weekend as a whole, you could consider the whole thing like, one experience.
Yeah.
The piece that was very that was big for me was a specific like drug combination, I think,
Yeah.
that I took. Yeah, not to make it, because I don't think it was like, oh, I miscalculated like how much I should have taken, because I don't think it was about that. Mr. Pops. I think it was more like I've had some like questions and like things that I was kind of grappling with before this trip. And I feel like I have been asking the universe, and I feel like the universe took this opportunity where I'm like in the kind of the floaty woo open space of like, hey, like I'm open, like you can tell me stuff if you need to. And it like picked me up. I feel like I was picked up, turned around. Not even turned around. I feel like I was picked up and I went on a little journey through the fucking stars, out of my body and back into my body, but like turned around the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Does that even make sense?
It makes sense. But like, what were the questions that you were asking?
I think some of the questions were about like me and like materialism. I think I was
That'll come up, can't
I
think
think
of.
I was very scared going to space camp because I like come from a very judgmental upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of, and so much so like from such a young age that it feels like I've done a lot of work in that category, but where I felt like, oh, this is just me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe I don't need to try to like do some deep surgery of like this is just how like my this is like the molecular makeup of my being or
Mm-hmm.
something.
Yeah.
And I was nervous about going to Grateful Fest because it feels like the complete
Total opposite.
tossing away of all that stuff
Mm-hmm.
in a like kind of like radical, like joyful, completely uninhibited way.
Yeah.
And I was afraid of like, I don't know, not being able to be fully in it. Like I wanted to have the full experience.
Hmm. I'd say you did have the full experience. You think you did?
I definitely
You definitely
did.
did.
I think I was still myself, but I feel like I just reconnected with my inner child and the young part of me before that stuff started taking hold. So I felt like I was able to like go into the free version of me that would just play, make believe, and
Mm-hmm.
wear whatever I wanted and not think too much about like, oh, how does this look?
Yeah.
How does my body look? How are people gonna like think of me? You know?
Well, you looked hot. I'll tell you that much. I think if you're ever like, how do I look? You can just be like, oh yeah, I look really hot. 'Cause you are.
Thanks, babe.
Um. Yeah, I'm glad that you were able to get yourself to a place where you could be like present and in the moment and take the whole thing in. I don't really think I quite got there. I
Really?
think I I think I've just been in such worry mode. Like just worrying about everything, just like some really like upending things have happened at work the last 6 weeks,
Yeah.
and like really threatened my mental stability, and felt like it was threatening, it definitely was threatening a little bit like our financial stability. And it's just been like a really, really rough, like month and a half. Like ever since we got back from Portugal. That's another thing, guys. We went to Portugal, which we never told you about. We saw
Yeah,
a
we did.
deer beetle. Did we?
We did.
Okay. Well, anyway. um, yeah, I felt like I have had a hard time like being present for the moment, or like the universe is really like trying to teach me something on all this stuff, because like it's all work stuff. Like I run my own business. I am, it's been a really stressful summer for that. Some like big developments have happened that all are working out for the better, but like the company is being rebuilt on the fly, which is really incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I have a handle on how everything is going. I don't feel like I'm at my best. I don't feel like my organization is at its best. And so I'm like kind of constantly on worry mode. And then like we went to space camp, and I think that worry mode just kind of like translated itself into like, okay, I hope my wife is having a good time. I hope she's happy. I hope the tent is dry enough. All this stuff. And I just kind of felt like I kind of like stayed in worker bee mode. Like there were times like I was high out of my mind on drugs that I didn't remember what it was. It was storming. It was crazy. And I knew I could always rely on like, all right, well, I can be mission oriented. All right. I know I need to hydrate. I need to eat. I need to check in on Kellyanne, make sure she's hydrating and eating. I need to, like there was just like I was always mission oriented. And there was definitely there was plenty of moments that like I like was able to like sit and take it all in, but like not as much as I would have liked. I would have really liked to just be still and like enjoy nature. And I did, but like I was just in worky worry mode for so much of the time. And then we got back and, then it was like we got back and it was like 6 days later we were throwing a rager of a birthday party, you know.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like I was on machine mode for the whole time. Like it was just like getting done what needs to get done and didn't really have a lot extra for, actually enjoying the moment. And of course, just like the perfect metaphor in the middle of your birthday, like a genuine work emergency comes up that like takes me out of it for like a half hour or so. And then I knew it was like, so the birthday party was Saturday night and I was like, well, I'm gonna have to work on Sunday now. So I was like, all right, well, I can't go too hard. I guess I won't,
Yeah.
horse around or whatever, So, yeah, it's been a tough few. It's like, I mean, this happens to us a lot. Like, one of us is up and one of us is down. And you're like really, really up right now. And it's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
kind of down. Like, I'm kind of
Yeah.
like, I've been down for a little while. And, it's a bummer. I'm like, why can't we both be up at the same time? I mean, honeymoon we were. That was awesome. But why can't we both be up at the same time?
Yeah. It is a bummer.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is. But you know what I do think back to?
Hmm.
We had a really good run when we started taking LSD together after we got married.
Yeah.
I
That was
feel like
good
we
shit.
had a good, 7-month honeymoon.
We did. We did. The honeymoon was just the cap off to the honeymoon. That was just, we just took the tour on the road. We just took the tour over to the fucking British Isles.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. I don't know what the answer is.
I mean, the answer is just time and patience. You got a personality like mine. It's up and down. I'm a pendulum swing.
Yeah.
I think everybody is to some extent, but like I'm, got a pretty good swing to me.
Yeah.
So just kind of got to wait it out and see what's up and try to like stay as positive as possible, keep my eye on the prize, do the like, the workouts, the things to keep me in shape. I haven't been writing as much as I mean, I haven't been really writing at all, but I have been like going on runs and doing stretches and like keeping my body in shape at least. So, it's like I've been trying to take stock and like, see what I can do. And it's always hard when I'm like in this dark of a depression, but I also, I'm glad at this point that I am able to say like, it'll be better shortly,
That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. I just wish it was better now.
I know.
That would be very nice.
Yeah.
That's all right. We got these kittens. We got a monkey. We got a comfortable bed.
I mean,
We got a good life.
part of me is like, do you want to fantasize about like what is the fuck it plan?
The fuck it plan?
Like I feel like when I get in a really when I've been in a really down place with work
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like trapped in a way,
Mm-hmm.
like when I was running my company by myself and I had so many projects and I was like drowning in everything that had to get done.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I found comfort in like, okay, if this does start to feel like too much, like what is my out?
Yeah.
And imagine how I would do my out, how I would do my exit of like how I would like leave these projects, like if somebody like and this happens, like people have health stuff come up and
Yeah.
they can't fucking work. They've
Yeah.
got to just peace out and be like, sorry, I'm taking care of business now.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I had to really think about that because there was a point where I was like, I remember telling you one time in a car where I was struggling so much that I was like telling you that I was afraid because I was fantasizing about going to a mental hospital
Yeah.
because it seemed like it would be easier than continuing the life that I was living
Yeah.
with like work stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so not that I'm saying that this will help you, but
No, my out plan is to go to a mental hospital. I think that's the only way that you could pull me out of there.
out of
I would
work
just
or
have
is
to
to
have
check you in?
I would just have to have a full-on breakdown.
Well, I think
An
realistically,
undeniable breakdown.
because I did talk to our therapist about this when I was in that place, and they were like, no, there's a better word for it. Isn't there a better word, or do they just call it a mental hospital?
Oh, the politically correct term is an insane asylum.
Is that really?
No. That is the most offensive thing I could have possibly said, I'm sure.
Okay.
But yeah.
Anyway, they were like, that's not where people go to get well.
No, that's where people go to get medicated.
Yes, and to like get more sick.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, what is your exit?
Well, I don't know. My fuck it plan is like, I feel like, the thing that I really got out of the camping trip was like, if things are truly fuck it, like if society truly collapses, we'd be good,
Wait, what do you mean if society collapses?
Oh yeah, like if society collapses,
That's
like
not-
if the internet goes off or like World War III comes, like all of a sudden money has no value. I feel like we could I feel like we could live out of a tent after having done that. I mean, I don't want to, but I feel comfortable saying like I could live the bare minimum lifestyle. It might be a relief, honestly, in some ways. Like, it's really hard to hold up the infrastructure of, like, this life we're trying to build, In some ways, it might be easier just to, like, let go and be like, all right, well.
Just live in a van?
Just live in a van.
Drive around?
Yeah, just live on a campground.
Yeah, I used to have that fantasy sometimes.
Yeah. Well, we almost did it for COVID.
Yeah.
We almost we were talking about plan B or C was buy a van and just drive around New Mexico.
And then my dad was like, there's a house with a car
that worked out pretty well.
Nobody is using in Southern California. Maybe you should go there.
That worked out pretty well.
Yeah. Anyway, one of these days, maybe we'll get to...
We will. We're going to do that road trip one of these days. I know we will. We will.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah, you're thirsty?
Mm-hmm.
Can I dig in a little deeper?
Yeah.
Well, what I really wanted to know was, what is your fuck it plan for not if the apocalypse comes, but if you decide that your business is like fucking up your mental health and you need to stop working immediately. What do you have, like a fantasy exit plan?
Not really, no. I think that would be very hard for me to do. I think when I feel like, I've got like 25 people like that would be directly impacted, it would be really hard for me to do.
You don't think they would keep it going without you?
Yeah, they probably could. I'm probably being arrogant, and that was another relief, is like I actually went off the grid when we went to space camp and like nothing fell apart. But if I'd gone off the grid this weekend, I mean, yeah, I tuned out for half a day and there was a fucking disaster that I missed the first few hours of. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, I gotta learn to let go, that's for sure. But I don't know. I feel like I talk with my business partner, and I feel like he'd support me, and we'd probably take a few days to like figure out how to pass things off, and then I could probably take a little bit of a sabbatical. Um, I don't know. It would all work out, you know. I don't. Well, when you said like a fantasy, like what's your fantasy for me? Leaving work for my mental health?
I don't know. You want me to come up with it on the fly?
No, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Well, a lot of it, I mean, the thing that I think about has to do with money because right now my company is like, we're staying afloat, but we're staying afloat because we're not paying salaries.
Yeah, you're not getting paid.
So if I think about the fantasy of like, okay, if your mental health was, if you were like, I need to stop working right now,
Mm-hmm.
I think that I would, I think we would both talk to our families about money.
Yeah.
And I think it would be fine. I think it would be hard for
Tough.
us, for you and me.
Yeah.
I think that it would be ultimately fine with our families. I
I
think they love us and they would be, they're not like strapped for cash where they would.
Yeah, we're very lucky. And also, like, if I had the mental health check out of my work, I'm still a 50% owner in the company. Like, either someone would have to buy me out or I would still be able to take a salary. So it's like, it's not the money aspect of it that stresses me out. It's the,
I
like,
see.
I'm not sure this thing will carry on without me, which is probably stupid and arrogant. It'd be fine. Probably be better in some ways. I don't know. It'd just be different. Different is always better. I think we've earned ourselves a little reward if you want.
Oh, all right.
It's 30.
We're busting out the J.
We're busting out the J.
Well, for full transparency, I think like we've had a little break from podcasting.
Yeah.
Look at that little nubby.
Yeah, this is the end of it. I thought about starting a new one, but then
That's fine. We'll finish the nubbin. I think the last time we tried to record, oh yeah, it was a bumpy one. And I think I smoked and this was happening for a couple weeks there. I was accidentally getting way too high.
Yeah.
And that happened. And anyway, I was like, maybe we should take a little break from token up on the pod. Use all of our brain cells to drive this car.
Yeah, I think the strategy you came up with for this podcast was pretty solid. It's like, let's, lay down a few good minutes. Let's try to get about halfway through, and then, like, if we get stoned and nothing makes sense for the last half, whatever. People probably, if they've made it this far, they're here for it.
Well, okay, I'm just thinking about something that I wanted to say, which was that it was I really enjoyed at Space Camp getting to meet people that we have talked with on the internet.
Yeah.
Meeting them in real life was
Yeah, that
really
was cool.
cool.
That was very cool. Who's your favorite? Not favorite.
Who was my favorite?
That's a shitty way of putting it. Well, who was your...
Who did I feel like a real like special connection with?
Yeah, who's your favorite?
You're so
Just
annoying.
kidding.
I felt a special connection to Jasmine. Jasmine and Steve.
Jasmine and Steve.
I did. I mean,
cool.
I felt a special connection with a lot of people, but
Yeah.
I think I have a little soft spot in my heart for them. I don't even think they know we have a podcast.
Probably not.
It's all right. It's just this.
Well, should we call them Basic and then they'll find this episode? Sorry.
Michael's making a joke because
somebody that I thought was basic originally has now become like a pretty important part of our social life and uncovered the podcast where I called her basic.
Yeah. But
she took it in stride.
Guess what, though? she's still sticking around the friend group because she's fucking awesome.
Well,
And that's why she laughed her little face off listening to that episode, which the first episode she picked out
how
of
did that
18
happen?
episodes was the one where we talked
Where we
about
talked
her.
shit about her.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say
Not
that.
shit.
I wouldn't say we talk shit, but we were like dissecting a little bit, like
It was the
things that
episode when we were making fun of Valley Girls.
yeah. And again, I wouldn't say making fun, but I would say we're dissecting like my inner
Your inner
judgment
Valley Girl.
against myself, which
Yeah.
is reflected out onto other people who share similar qualities as me.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
Sorry.
good. It was good. This went immediately off the rails, didn't it? Do you know where we are?
I know exactly where we are.
Okay. What were we saying?
I was talking about how we have a little soft spot for Jasmine and Steve.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't really know what it means, but when we were having like art day, and then I overheard you saying something, and you're like, yeah, Steve, he's like your dad.
Yeah.
He's like your dad. And I was like, and as soon as you said it, I looked at him and I was like, whoa.
I'm glad that you saw it. I
Whoa,
would
like-
have felt pretty weird.
Something about like, not that they're like even the same race, but like something
Yeah.
about like when you see someone and there's like an energetic imprint, you
Yeah.
know?
It was like gentle but strong man.
dark
know.
with like a streak of a dark sense of humor.
Yeah, like very quiet, but when it comes out, you're like, did that sicko just say that? He was wearing a shirt to a psychedelic fucking music festival that says, "The trip is canceled," and the Ween Bears are like running at you. Can you imagine just being like, and then all of a sudden you're like, "The trip is canceled"? Anyway, I thought that was funny.
It was a very funny shirt.
Yeah, they were cool. They were very cool. I think my most look at this Bubba Reno. I think the meeting Lauren Loving Radiations in person was awesome,
Yeah.
and it was didn't really know what to expect, but she has very much like queen energy. Like we knew when we were gonna meet the people, it was like, all right, meeting Lauren is an important one. But
You did? You knew that?
yeah, we talked about this.
Did we talk about
I
it?
think we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Well, I think there were two people that we like that I knew that I had longish conversations. Lauren and Taylor.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like I knew those were going to be, but those were already budding friendships.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like the in-person element was going to. So Lauren did something that was a very Lauren thing to do. She brought everybody gifts of
Those little bubble wand beaded necklaces.
bubble wand beaded necklaces, and I was stoned out of my mind and trying to fuck around with it, and I spilled it all over myself, so I didn't even get to blow any bubbles. And then when we were going down to the beach, one of the things I was most fascinated by was like the take it, leave it, give, trade culture.
The little boxes that people
The-
left out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's these little gremlin children who are like happy, who just, they want to trade. And they're like, ooh.
They've been
you
like
know.
going to festivals since they were born, and they're like,
Yeah.
we know how this works.
Hey, they're
We
training to be pickpockets.
We
you
don't
know?
have any money. No, it's within the rules, but they
Yeah.
will. If you're a newbie, they might swindle you out
And
of your
they
best
we
gear.
were just we were as Mark as it comes. We were just like, dressed up as city people camping.
Wait, what?
Don't
sorry,
worry
I'm
about
sorry.
it. And we come down, and I'm just like, oh, I want to trade with these kids. And of course, the first thing the kid points to is
The necklace?
the necklace that Lauren had gifted. So we trade our fucking necklaces.
For stuff
for
that
stupid
stuff
shit.
that wasn't as good.
For stuff that wasn't as good,
I
just for
mean-
the novel. I mean, we traded it for the child's smile, is what we did. That's really the bargain you get.
Yeah, I loved that rainbow necklace.
But then, like, Lauren was kind of upset that we traded away, and I was like, oh God, that's a good point. It was like a gift that she gave,
I mean, she
gave
made
us.
she hand beaded them.
She hand beaded those?
Yeah, of course. $100.
Oh God, I feel like a piece of shit all over
It's
again.
all right. We made a It was a newbie.
We made a mistake.
It
We
was a
made a
rookie.
newbie
It was a
mistake.
rookie
It was a rookie
mistake.
mistake. We had a handful of rookie mistakes, not securing the rain flap being chief amongst them. Um, Yeah, so that was very entertaining, and like for me, because then all of a sudden I have this narrative of like, okay, I have to make it up to Lauren somehow, and I think she probably after the first like night had like like she's like whatever, but like I like bought her a juice, I gave her a copy of the Foolsdeck, I gave her the first copy of the Foolsdeck.
But you did all. Are you saying that you did that because you felt like
I think
you gave away your necklace and it was bad?
there's a good chance that I would have done it anyway, but because I gave away the necklace, all the actions thereafter were colored as such.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Anyway, I gave her a copy of the Foolsdeck, which
Yeah. Do you want to talk about how you finally busted it out?
I don't feel like it's busted out yet.
You did bust it out.
I busted it out.
Printed a copy with a professional printer. They're all exactly the same size, and they have perfectly rounded corners. It's not printed and put in a plastic sleeve out of our home printer.
I spent some money.
It's
I printed 7 decks.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
And they're nice. They look really nice.
Yeah, I was like, it's this project that I've had kicking around for a long time, and it's really simple. I just have to like put it in the thing and order it. Like I have had all the materials necessary for this, all the digital materials necessary for this game for ages. And then all I had to do was like just input it into this fucking professional printing website. And I just never did it. And then I realized like, oh yeah, we're going to go to a Grateful Fest, and our like internet art friends are going to be bringing their art. Like, what do I have to offer? And so I was like, well, I want to get the Foolsdeck done. And I did. You said I had to vomit it out.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, you described it because we were working on some projects. I forget whatever it was, and you're like, yeah, I kind of. And then you had to vomit out the Foolsdeck. You said vomit.
Wait, before you printed it or after?
I think this was when I was still doing the sleeved version. When I just finished that. Anyway.
I don't know, but I have been enjoying using that word a lot lately.
Vomit.
Like word vomiting something, like I don't want to get too in my head about like if I have to express an idea, just like get to it. And like the way that my brain used to work is like I would jump through all these like little hoops of my mind of like, oh wait a minute, but I can't say this because of this, or I have to say it in this order because of this, and it would just like overthink so much. And I feel like lately I've been, especially with my business partner, we've been like really like strategically like having to, I don't know, make decisions on like new potential clients and like be very like intuitive about things and like feel into like each unique dynamic. Anyway, I've been saying a lot when we have to talk. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to word vomit everything. There's no like filter.
Yeah.
And it is just like the most efficient way to get to the point.
Right. It's just say all the words.
Yeah, I think that maybe there was some truth to what I said about you having to vomit
I had to vomit it out. No, it's
Just-
true. I just had to get it out.
You can't like think about how it's gonna just get it out.
Yeah.
Just get it out.
I'm pretty happy with it. But then I realized like, okay, I haven't played with it. So I know how to play with it in theory. And then I also hadn't like put together my like 2-sentence what is this. So I was like being like it's a deck of cards from fantasy world. There's 5 suits and then there's foreigners. I didn't have it worked out.
You
because
didn't have an elevator pitch.
I didn't have an elevator pitch. I didn't have it worked out. But then I got to give Taylor a copy of the Foolsdeck.
You gave out a
I
lot of
gave them out. I
decks.
gave all. I
You
gave
gave
all my decks
Michelangelo
out.
one
I gave
too.
Michelangelo one. I gave Lauren one. I put one in the take one, leave one
That
basket.
was a very generous leave.
I felt like.
You felt like there was equally as good stuff in the box.
I feel like it was. I feel like the Fool's Deck was meant for take one, leave one baskets.
Yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
like meant to be sold in used bookstores. Like it's something that I want to just, float around the world and not just seep its way quietly into culture without making too much noise. But then all of
Yeah.
a sudden you're like, oh, the Fool's Deck.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Have I sung the Fool's Deck song to you? Oh, I don't have it all. I'll do it later.
I think you do have it memorized because you have sung it to me, but you have not sung it on the podcast.
No, I haven't. All right, well, I'll get as far as I can. The Fool's Deck, the Fool's Deck. The foreigner is playing in the Fool's Deck. The fool defeats the noble, defeats the priest, defeats the fool. The noble defeats the priest, defeats the fool, defeats the noble. The priest defeats the fool, defeats the noble, defeats the priest. And then I can't remember what comes after that.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's the Fool's Deck because the priest, the fool, and the noble are hierarchical instead of hierarchical face cards.
What does that mean?
So hierarchy is like king is number one, queen's number two, like ranked.
Mm-hmm.
And heterarchy is talking about status as well, but heter is the same. The I think it's Greek, core word for the same, like heterodox, heterosexual, hetero. So heterarchy is when the archies are all the same.
Nice.
Yeah.
The same archies.
So you got them same archies. Thanks for letting me pull myself out of that one.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
I can't either. What's on your mind?
I don't know. I was going to ask you about like why they're all equal. Because you have, say the categories again.
The three, you got the fool, the priest, and the noble. So I designed it to like be like a royal court without the monarch. Almost, I guess sort of the implication is that the person who is holding the cards is the monarch,
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, and like is seeing how all his or her underlings are interacting. Because, you watch games like things like Game of Thrones and things like that. You watch The West Wing and you see like, oh, this type of guy is more is like, oh, the money people have, power over the president here. Or, oh,
Right.
like Rasputin, when Rasputin took over the fucking Russian court. And he was like, it was all the power of Christ compels you. It was all like he was a spiritual preacher. So, and I have always imagined, I've always kind of considered myself a jokester. And I read, when I read Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin, it's the book that House of the Dragon, the HBO show, is based off of. It's written like a history. And one of the history writers is some court fool that was around for some, Targaryen king's court. And it is so fascinating because he was the historian was like comparing what the how the monk recorded these events versus how the how the court fool recorded these events. And it's like, oh well, what it was like this comment on history, what is actually real, do we know anything? So it kind of like caught my imagination, and I was like, oh, how interesting would it be to be in a royal court where the one pulling the strings of the king or queen is the court jester,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Bubs.
What happened?
I smacked down and surprised him.
Oh, sorry, Bubs. It was an accident.
It was an accident.
think that's really interesting, babe.
Yeah. So I wanted it to be hierarchical so that, like, also as a comment on, like,
Power.
power, you know? Like, you think you're more powerful? It's like a rock, scissors, paper thing, you know? And then the other kind of unique element is instead of aces, I have five unsuited foreigners. So the foreigners, they don't belong to any tribe. They don't belong to any suit. They can be a face card or they can be a number card. I call them peasants and courtiers. They fit in everywhere. And I was thinking, like, kind of politically, I was thinking, like, how the tribe treats the foreigner says so much about, the leadership, and it says so much about the people.
Yeah.
It's like, is this a place where a foreigner can come in and fit in? Is this a place where, the foreigners can come and they can play our, power leaders like puppets? Like, what kind of, it's just that, how does the outsider fit in with the tribe? That's always an interesting interaction.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
What's that?
Since you're talking about how in your Foolsdeck there is no monarch, because the person who is holding the cards is the monarch. What do you think it means that I wear a crown on our podcast?
Oh, it means you're a queen. You're the birthday queen.
I get to be the birthday queen all week.
I mean, yes.
I wasn't asking as if I wasn't asking as if I wanted it. I was just curious.
Baby, you have already been the birthday queen all week, all right? We landed from space camp and we immediately threw you a big party.
I guess that's true. I can bask
You can bask in
whatever I want to bask in.
You got
in
some
myself.
You got some more basking time for sure.
Maybe I'll take some baths this week.
You should. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
That sounds very nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, I feel like this is a pretty solid episode.
Yeah. Are you getting sleepy?
I'm not, are you?
I am I'm getting a little sleepy.
Yeah. I really just want to eat leftover birthday cake. That's the reward for getting
so
the podcast done.
Are you glad that I didn't give away more of it? Or do you wish I had given away more so we wouldn't be
No,
eating?
I think you gave away the right amount because it's a lot of sugar.
It's too much. It's too much sugar. You can't eat too much of that.
But you gave us like 2 big slices and 2 cupcakes. So yeah, it's a little excessive, but
it was so nice. I will say that there was a lot of great things, so many great things about the party. But one thing that I was continually so excited about was my cakes.
The cakes.
And the fact that I had 2 cakes, it felt like
Yeah.
it felt so excessive.
You always have 2 cakes, babe. We had 2 cakes at our wedding.
Did we have 2? Oh, we did have 2.
I feel like 2 cakes is becoming a regular thing because there's, at least in our circles, there's so many people who, are gluten and or dairy free, and like, so you can't just have 1 cake. You've got to have an option for, the people with dietary restrictions.
Well, I actually tried really hard to get 1 cake for this party. Because I like the idea of like this unity, right? Like a birthday cake it's the one moment where everyone comes together at a party and they do one thing. So I like the idea of like there's 1 cake because it's like so community, not like, oh, you can have this cake. Only these people can eat this cake, and these people can eat all the cakes. Like, but anyway, I was excited, and I actually thought that the gluten-free vegan cupcakes were incredible.
They were good. They were really
Depending on my mood, I think they're better than the regular cake.
I don't agree, but I don't begrudge that opinion
They
because that
like
is rare.
I asked, there were vanilla cupcakes with vanilla buttercream icing and strawberries on top, and they said they could put jam on the inside.
Oh, that was
they were like, if it's
sweet
vegan,
surprise.
you can't do like anything on the inside, but they have different jams. And so I was like, strawberry jam. And they didn't just put a little jam. They freaking like took a real big scoop out of the middle of the cupcake and just filled it with strawberry jam.
They did.
Really good.
That was
jam.
so good.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
On that note.
Now
that everyone's been titillated, their taste buds.
You've been titillated. How's it feel?
We'll leave them on a high note.
We should leave them on a high note. We shouldn't talk ourselves into a circle where we're like, okay, now it's awkward.
You don't want to do that?
I don't.
I think there's something very beautiful about awkwardness.
Awkward goodbyes.
It's definitely too much intimacy.
It's too much intimacy.
To have a podcast with awkward moments.
Yeah.
I want to get a little bit closer.
A little bit closer?
Yeah, because I feel like it's been so long. I'm like,
who's
even in there anymore?
What's even going on?
Who's back? Who's gonna watch this?
Thanks for sticking with us.
Thanks.
I think absence will have made the heart go stronger. I think this is going to be our best episode.
Absence is gonna make the heart go stronger.
Yeah.
My heart feels pretty strong right now.
Well, you've been doing the cardio workouts. You've been running. We're doing great.
Okay.
Oh, I just remembered another thing I wanted to talk about with this party, but that's all right.
Wait, how long does it take? Do you want to just vomit it out
so
real
it was
quick?
the birthday cake thing.
Okay.
Remember, so the kind of to get you to focus and do the birthday cake. Let's go back on our haunches. to get you to focus and do the birthday cake, it took until Len and Christina were leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, okay, let's do the birthday cake first. And then we did the birthday cake, and it was a wonderful moment. And like 45 minutes later, Len and Christina are still there, still partying. Len's like doing ketamine and dancing under I don't think Len actually did ketamine. But it was so fun, babe. It was a really fun party.
Yeah?
It was a party that people didn't want to leave.
Oh my gosh, I felt bad, but I couldn't let them leave without taking a gift from the gift bag.
The gift bag was a nice
and taking
touch.
A Polaroid picture.
Yeah. I haven't even looked at all the Polaroid pictures yet.
It's a party that keeps on giving.
It does. It really does. All right. I don't know if my diversion was worth it, but here we are.
Well, I feel...
What's going on in there?
I feel ready.
You feel ready?
Yeah. I feel like we took people to the edge. Like we were like, all right, we're going to take you there all the way. And then we were like, no, not yet.
Not quite.
And now we're going to go there.
Zooming in again. All right, so what's our outro, Phoebes?
I think our outro is to do something that makes you horny. But it doesn't have to be literally horny, like not sexually horny,
Okay.
Just like, you're just like,
do
so excited, you're just like, yes.
Do something that makes you horny for life.
And love your people.
And love your people.
That's it.
Okay, you heard it first. On Too Much Intimacy. Do something that makes you horny for life and love your people. See you next time. I don't even remember this outro anymore, guys.
Night night.
See you next time.